somewhere else, then I wouldn't have been there in the first place.
Oh.
And I wouldn't have come in here and you wouldn't have been there today.
All right, that's enough.
Have you seen Grandpa?
Yes, he's upstairs teaching the dog how to walk.
All right, there's no need to be silly, making out Columbo simple. He knows as much as I do. Oh, bless him. It's the little things he does.
Yes, I've seen the little things he does. Frank, you spoiled that dog. And what have you been shampooing him in recently? Have you given a henna rinse?
No, but I did wash Auntie Dingle's duck last week. Excuse me. No, you underestimate that dog. I may well enter him for chuffs.
You're not going to show him.
Show him what?
I'm talking about crafts. You can't possibly.
And why not, may I ask? For your information, it's distinct visibility. I've taught him all the rudiments of canine comportment. And he's got a lovely deportation. I've really trained that dog.
Yes, well, I just wish you could train your grandfather as well. I'm getting sick and tired of him calling me Letty and interfering with my housework and using our facilities for improper purposes.
When has he ever used improper facilities or purposes?
Yesterday, he was washing his long johns in the bathroom.
Well, couldn't you just ignore them?
Hardly. I was having a bath at the time. Frank, I've got no privacy. Everywhere I go, there he is.
Lily!
There he is.
All right.
Here I am.
Oh, hello, Grandad. Look, we were wondering, why don't you go and air your legs today? Go up to London, see some of our national heretics. There's Buckingham Palace and Westminster Abbey.
Westminster Abbey? Place is full of dead palms. And I don't like cities. I feel all sort of caged in. Where I come from, people are very close to nature.
What do you mean, they smell?
I mean there's plenty of space to move around, and that includes the 20,000 acres belonging to me.
Yes, well, I have quite a bit of land myself.
Oh, you do?
I know it's not quite as big as, say, Lord Montagu's Bulu, but we can call it our own.
Yes, we were very lucky to get this place.
Lucky? It's practically fallen down. You should have stayed in your own place.
I hardly think so. That did fall down.
I suppose, you know, you've got dry rot. I can smell it in the hallway.
That's probably the cat. And who can be surprised after all the operations she's gone through in the last week? 4 hours she was under that anacentric. Having her perforations perforated, her personals interfered with, and then they put them back the one way round. The state she's in now, she doesn't know whether she's having a wink or a whoopsie. Jessica, have you been putting Daddy's aftershave on the cat again? Have you taken Daddy's Jungle Boy aroma? Ah, well, that's a good girl. What a good girl. Because I told you not to play with Daddy's bathroom bottles, haven't I? The dog's still recovering from his shampoo and set. Oh, look. There's the man next door. What do we call the man next door? No, not Grumpy. That's Mr. Lewis. Let's wave to Mr. Lewis, shall we? Come on. Wave. Hello, Mr. Lewis. Don't look. Gesturing at me like that with your vertical hammer. Giving me dirty looks, eh? Well, two can play at that game, can't they? I can look just as dirty as he can. Shall I? Just as I thought, afraid to show his voice. And I'm not surprised, a Spencer in anger is not a pretty sight. Mr. Lewis? Mr. Lewis! Mr. Lewis! Off then.
You see this fence? From now on, everything that side is yours and everything this side is mine. I put this fence up to keep out unwelcome pests, including your dog, who has some very dirty habits. So for a start, you can have this lot back.
Oh, you dirty dollop.
I've had enough of you out here, banging, hammering and knocking.
Well, my knocking days are over, I might tell you. I shall soon be leaving this soil for the other side of the world. We're going to Australia.
You mean I'll never see you again?
Well, we'll be round to say goodbye. And we'll be having a party for all our friends.
Who are your friends? Where you hold it, in a telephone box? Here, look. Before you go, I'll have my hoe.
And in fair trade, I'll take my spade.
Right.
All right, there's no need to chuck it.
Ah, shut your face. Give me my bucket. Oh, you have asked for it, Spencer.
No, I'm unarmed.
Yeah, I'll give
I'm
you... You're sore, I believe.
That's your hoe, I believe. There's mine. That's your greenhouse as well. Oh! Betty!
Yes?
I'm excited. It's come. Just like Grandad said it would from Australia House. Dear Mr. Spencer, we are pleased to inform you that a personal nomination has been received on your behalf for settlement in Australia. Signed, B. Lawrence, the Chief Migration Officer. The Chief Migration Officer. You can hold it too. Oh, Betty, oh, Betty, I can't believe it. We're going to the bottom of the world, and we're going to start a whole new life together upside down.
I'm frightened, Frank. Moving to a new country. Oh, what about your job?
Job? Postcarding myself in a pie shop window? Advertising my necks like a common strumpet?
But going away won't change anything. And think of what you'll be leaving behind, part of your lives here.
That's the part I want to leave behind. Betty, look, I didn't want to join the brain drain. The way things are, the sooner my brains are removed, the better.
But Frank, Australia's so far away, and we'll be meeting strange people.
They're not strange, they're like me. I mean, look at Rolf Harris. He isn't strange, is he? I know he walks a bit funny with that third leg, but I mean, he doesn't wear that all the time.
But you've always been so patriotic.
Betty, no one's patrioted more than me. I've worn the Queen's braces, I've marched on her socks, I've had her RAF trousers up to there. And where's it got me? I've given it my all, and it's got me nowhere. Oh, things were different when my mother was a boy. I mean, there was an empire then, and there was pomping and circumstancing, and we had processions like the Queen's Carnation, and everyone lining up, and we'd stand there waving our little things. And my mother used to write, we cheered the lords and ladies, and all the streets were lined. We'd waited since 3, but all we could see was the Queen of Tonga's behind. Oh, look at that, Betty. Australia House. We're practically on Australian soil.
Oh, Frank.
Oh, excuse me. Good on you, sport. The weather's fair winkum.
Beg your pardon.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you was one of them.
Beg your pardon.
Hoppity hop.
Mr. Spencer? I'm Mr. Lawrence.
Oh, the Chief Migration. How do you do, Mr. Lawrence?
How do you do?
This is my wife, Mrs. Spencer.
Good morning.
Mrs. Spencer?
I was just admiring your boomerang.
That's a broken chair arm. You have the carpet in. Please, sit down. Now, regarding your emigration application... Would you like to sit over here, Mrs. Spencer? Just here. Now, regarding your emigration application...
Yes, well, I don't know when it will be convenient for us to leave. We certainly can't go this week.
No, Mrs. Spencer, that's quite out of the question.
In fact, it might be out of the question for several weeks, because I'm hoping to take flying lessons.
What?
Yes, also, we haven't found a buyer for the cat yet.
Cat? Mr. Spencer, apart from your grandfather, what else made you decide that you'd like to settle in Australia?
Well, it's near the sea. Plus, it's got the sea all round it, which is very nice for the swimming. And also, I'm very fond of the noble.
You used to do quite a lot of that, didn't you, Frank?
Yes, I did. But unfortunately, I had to desist because of my trouble. All the friction, you see.
Friction? Oh, you mean at club meetings?
No, when I run. I tried wearing shorter pads, but I still got it up here, right there when I ran between the wickets. Don't touch it, Betty.
Yes, well, we're not too bothered about your spare time activities, Mr. Spencer. After studying the application form, I'm more concerned about what you'll be doing for the rest of the week. Now, I gather your grandfather has quite a big spread.
Well, all the Spencers are rather well built. Apart from myself, and I've got more the lean and hungry look. My mother always thought that I looked like Mahatma Gandhi when I was a boy.
How well do you know him?
Well, I didn't know him at all, but I saw all his films.
Your grandfather. How well do you know your grandfather? Have you had a long relationship?
Well, I've always been his grandson.
I mean, do you see him often?
No, I mean, we thought he passed on. Because that's why we didn't send him a Christmas card last year.
No, and he hadn't written for ages.
No, but he was never much of a letter writer. I mean, if he had died, he'd never have told us. Mind you, the Spencers are not unknown in Woolloomooloo. No, my great-grandfather Basil lived there first.
Yes, well, I don't think we need to go into that, Mr. Spencer.
Famous for his animal impressions.
Yes, I see, but he decided to leave England.
Well, he wasn't had a choice, but the deportation orders being somewhat harsh in those days. One night he accidentally did the mating cry of the black-headed sheep, and 12 of the little fellas followed him home.
No, Mr.
Oh,
Spencer.
you do it too. That's very good.
Mr. Spencer, if we could just talk about your application form.
Yes, then there was his brother Nigel, famous for his bird calls. But he was sadly accidentally shot dead by a duck hunter in Norfolk.
Would you like to tell me about it another time, Mr. Spencer? I really have a lot to do. I must get on.
Oh, certainly. Well, thank you very much for the time you've spent with us already.
I haven't finished yet. Please, sit down. Please. Mrs. Spencer, you're quite happy about going to Australia?
Well, Frank thinks it's the best thing for us, but I am a little worried about leaving my mother.
Oh, get in on a bit, is she?
Well, you know, about your age.
But I am willing to go if Frank does, and his grandfather says it's all settled.
Well, it's far from that, Mrs. Spencer, far from that. There are things on this form, questions which I want an answer to. Please don't follow me about the room, Mr. Spencer. I don't like being followed.
I had a cousin like that.
Never mind your cousin. Please, sit down where I can see you. Where are your qualifications, eh? You were asked to bring documents, diplomas, certificates, testimonials.
Oh, well, I didn't know you meant all of them.
How many have you brought?
Well, just the one.
How many have you got?
Just the one.
Mr. Spencer, I don't think there's a great deal of demand for 25-yard breaststrokers on the sheet.
Well, I have swum much further, but I was wind assisted. And I had the armbands on.
I'm sure you have.
I know you didn't actually say that you wanted lifeguards.
That's because we don't.
Oh. Well, I can hold my nose and stand underwater for 2 minutes.
No.
I'm willing to fight a shark.
No.
An electric eel.
No.
I don't mind getting my hair wet.
No. We don't want lifeguards. Lifeguards we do not want.
Couldn't you just squeeze one in?
No! Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Spentles. It's obvious to me that you don't entirely share your husband's feelings in this matter. Perhaps it would be better if I could see each of you alone. Eh?
Do you want to do Frank first?
Yes, I'd like to do your husband first. I'm just thinking here, Mrs. Spencer. Judy, some tea for Mrs. Spencer, please. One certificate. One. A list of jobs as long as a kangaroo's leap and not a single reference. You're following me again? You know I don't like being followed.
No, I'm not following you. I was going in completely the other direction. But I was standing the same way as you. I was just looking at your aberration there. At the water hole. He's a rude aberration.
I'd like to draw your attention to question 12.
You're following me now. He was.
According to this, you spent 3 months in a monastery and graduated as a gas fitter.
I did the gas fitting before I went in. I was just living in the monastery.
That was your home?
I didn't have a home. That was why I was doing the part-time monking.
Question 13.
Unlucky for some. I used to be a bingo caller, too.
Details of education. We don't seem to have too much here, do we?
No, well, I didn't have a lot of education because I had to look after my mother.
Never
She was
mind
very
your mother.
good to me. Well, she was good to me. Times were hard in Crippen Lane. But I always had my comic money and always had clean vest and pants.
Mr. Spencer, please.
But my Auntie Dingle wasn't very nice. She used to bring homemade jelly round. It didn't even wobble.
Will you be quiet? Why is it every time I ask you a simple question, you not only avoid giving me a simple answer, you go on and on and on?
Well, I was trying to be brief.
Brief? You don't know what the word means. Please, sit down, sit down. Sit. Sit. Mr. Spencer, I'm going to ask you again. A simple question. Do you think you could try just this once to give me a small, simple, brief, truthful answer?
Yes.
Right, now.
As my mother always said, tell the truth and the devil will fail. Tell a lie and it'll be on your tail. Yeah, it's not that funny.
Mr. Spencer, what job are you actually doing at the moment?
Well, I got a bit confused because you were shouting at me. Oh, God.
I'll ask you again. And this time, I'm not shouting.
No, but you was a minute ago when I mentioned my jelly wobbling.
What job are you actually doing at this moment in time, today, Tuesday, the 27th?
Well, I'm not doing anything today because I had to come here.
Mr. Spencer, let me put it another way. What job are you actually doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow? Tomorrow they said they could manage without me.
Mr. Spencer, how long do you think they're going to be able to manage without you?
Well, I don't have to work Thursday, and then I don't work Friday, and Saturday's the day off. And Sunday's my day of rest.
Rest from what? You're not doing anything this week.
Not this week, no.
Yeah, then what about next week? What about
Next week? Next week? Nothing.
Nothing? You're unemployed, aren't you?
Yes.
What do you do? You say something.
I was just getting round to it.
I'm not coming into work tomorrow, today, I'm not coming in on Friday, and then there's Saturday, and then we have Sunday.
You're going to give yourself a headache. Mr. Lawrence, are you all right? Well, shall I get the lady? Would you like a glass of water? Have you... Oh, why not have a little beverage? Eh? Have you got a glass? Cheer yourself up.
Mr. Spencer, please. Leave.
Leave?
Yes, go, 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 go.
Go? You mean I can go? Oh, Mr. Lawrence, put it there. Oh, good on you, cobblers. Oh, Mr. Lawrence, you rest assured there'll always be a welcome for you in Woolloomooloo. As my mother always said, I will not linger at your door, away I have to race. But I can tell you wish me well by the look that's on your face.
They said they can manage without me today, they can manage without me tomorrow. I won't come in on Friday, then there'll be Saturday. Sunday I'll have a day of rest. I feel better when I've had a day of rest. I just don't like being followed about. Please don't follow me about. I just don't like being followed about. I mustn't be followed about.
Oh, Betty, I am so excited. And I can't wait to tell Jessica tomorrow morning who's going to be on Australian soil on Christmas Day.
Frank, we won't be there that soon. I mean, did Mr. Lawrence definitely say that we could go?
Yes, he was grinning all over his teeth. He was jumping up and down with excitement. Oh, Betty, we got to get organised.
Well, hadn't we better wait until we hear something from him?
No, we got to sort out, there's the passports, and we got to get ejaculated against disease. Don't want to go and get bitten by a wallaby, do we?
Oh, but there'll be plenty of time for this later. You haven't even started your flying lessons.
No, but I better get a move on, because Mr. Lawrence could call any day to confirm. That could be him. That could be here. Hold that. Come. Hello, Mr. Lawrence. Yes, Mr. Spencer does live here. This is he speaking. No, I'm not Mr. Lawrence. Who said I was? Betty, we have a confused man here. Hello? Yes, this is the Mr. Spencer that does electrical and varied gas repairs. Oh, well, I don't know about that. I don't think I can arrange anything now. Well, I'm afraid I can't be with you for at least, well, 20 minutes. All right, could I have your name and address, please? Thank you. Mr. Brown? Yes. Could you spell that, please? Thank you. 26, Upton Down. Right. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh, Betty, things are looking up. He saw my advert in the pie shop window, and they just bought a new house, and the central heating's gone wrong, so they got no heating. Now, that's a nice sound to leave home to, isn't it?
Mr. Lewis?
Well, need you ask? Wonder what else he got for his birthday. Are you honking for my ears?
No, I'm waiting for a helicopter. And would you like to know why I am waiting for a helicopter?
Yes.
Because that is the only way I can get my car out. You parked too close again.
That's not mine. My car's 2 down. That's Mr. Thompson from down the road. I don't think he's up yet, though.
Lazy devil. He got no business to park outside my house. Not up yet, eh? Well, he soon will be.
No, he always stays in bed late because he works late at the town hall. He's a wrestler.
Really. What about that one?
That's Mrs. Thompson's. She's a lady wrestler. Well, can I be of assistance? I mean, you've got plenty of room. There's a good 18 inches at the front here. And, excuse me. Excuse me, please. Thank you. There's another very good 18 inches at the back, I feel.
All right, make sure I don't hit that car behind.
Right, back a bit. Back a bit more. That, a little bit more. Right, hold it. That's it. All right, that's it. You can pull forwards now. There's plenty of room.
Plenty of room? You must be joking. Stupid great fool. Where's my door?
It's over there.
And how am I supposed to get to the station?
I could give you a lift.
Nothing would induce me to get into a moving vehicle with you, Spencer. Nothing!
Well, there's no need to shout. Politeness costs nothing.
Neither does a punch in the teeth.
I think I understand your meaning. I'm off to work.
Are you going forward?
No, it's all right. You go through. Make way for the milkman. Room for him allowed. With his cheery call, he's a friend to all. And he's cheaper than the cow. If there's any left, could you leave an extra one at 27, please? Thank you. I don't know why you're sulking. I'm giving you a lift, aren't I?
If it hadn't been for you, I wouldn't need a lift. Thanks to you, my car is a complete write-off.
Well, I'll say no more. I can see this isn't one of your good days.
I've not had a good day since you came here. What are you stopping here for? This isn't the station.
Boilers. That's why I'm here. I have a little job to do.
You said you would take me to the station.
I'll only be a few minutes. Patience is a virtue. Mr. Brown?
Yeah?
Good afternoon. I'm Mr. Spencer. I'll come about your boiler.
Oh, come in.
Thank you.
Being quicker to walk. What the devil are you doing in there?
That's the best I can do for the moment.